here. So how are you doing, Michael?
Good. Just let me unmute. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Great, man. We're here. We're excited. Techfluence has been amazing so far.
Yeah, it's been really fun. Had a lot of really good activity in our booth, our Zoom. Pretty cool experience. We haven't done one of these virtual events before, but I would say based on the experience we've had so far that we would absolutely do it again. And obviously, excited for this forum to spend a little time with you guys. And I want to also immediately jump on what you were saying there. So yes, I mean, obviously, a legacy brand, our iconic, gaming brand, Atari, but this is not, your grandfather's Atari. This is a whole new Atari that is a modern device. It's what we call our PC gaming hybrid. It is, completely different, completely new, right? So that I got I'm backwards I'm backwards on what I'm looking at here. But yeah, so this is what we call the Black Walnut All-In Bundle. This is available for pre-order on our website right now. We've got the modern take on the classic joystick. But you're also playing modern games. So an Xbox style controller. The VCS itself, I should pull out as well. This device is so much more than a retro machine. So it's designed to look like it's part of the family, right? Just like a Jeep or a Mustang or a Mini Cooper looks like it's part of the family. But they're also still very modern devices with modern technology under the hood. That's what this baby is. So we call it a PC console hybrid because it's a PC-based device running an AMD APU with a Linux-based, Debian Linux-based operating system and a Unity dashboard that also can do a lot of PC type things. We also, in an homage to our classic fans, we include all the classic games. You get the VCS Vault on here for free, 100 games from the good old days, arcade and home 2600 classics. But there's also a storefront to buy a whole bunch of new games, also modern streaming apps, 4K, Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, et cetera, et cetera. You can get some Mandalorian rocking in 4K on here, no problem. But at the same time, we're also looking to cultivate the new wave of, third-party games working with indie developers. We did a partnership with GameJolt, GameJolt.com, which you may or may not be familiar with, which is one of the largest, if not the largest, indie gaming incubator communities. So we're really focused on making indie games and also of course reimagined versions of Atari games, making those our AAA games. If you want to play a AAA game, we've got Chrome in here. You can play Stadia. You can play a few other other top streaming services. You can play, so you can play Cyberpunk 2077 if you want. It's it's a terrible game supposedly. You can play Destiny. You can play Assassin's Creed. You can play all those other games. So we've got native games. We've got streaming games. We've got multimedia apps. It's a whole new device. It's definitely not a retro box. If anything, it is retro inspired because we're Atari. We bring the retro just by being Atari, but it's absolutely a very modern device with a lot of modern capabilities. And best of all, because we are Atari and because we've got 40 years of homebrew and hacking and modding and a very active community that's still programming games for 40-year-old hardware, we've got what's called PC mode, which means you can jump out of the Atari console experience that comes with this and boot up your own operating system, Windows, Linux, Chrome, et cetera, and create or bring over whatever you want. But we're trying to create, finally create, that elusive living room PC experience in a sexy little box here. I probably shouldn't use that word for hardware, but, you know.
I don't see a better word.
Yeah, and premium product, real wood. You know, this is not painted plastic like the original. So yeah, so we're really excited. We've got we launched this on Indiegogo in 2018 and pretty much broke Indiegogo. We were only up there for a month. We just did it for 30 days. It's now available for pre-order, but we are delivering the first 10,000 boxes to our Indiegogo backers. They are effectively our beta testers. They're playing with it. We're getting a lot of really positive feedback, but they're also, of course, telling us, where the flies are in the ointment, and we're ironing out the wrinkles in partnership with our partners. Our 10,000 best friends in the Atari community.
It's crazy because when I say I literally started with an Atari, I didn't start with the console. Atari made PCs and everything plugged into the keyboard.
Our computer, yep.
Yeah, and that's what I started with. I started with the one little joystick with the one button, and then that's where I learned how to play chess, and I learned how to play different things. There was a Donald Duck game that I had and a Ninja game. It's so cool. I remember Rojas and I, when we first saw this, we're like, are we being trolled? Is Atari really coming out? Because we saw the website a few months ago, and we were talking about it briefly on our podcast, and we're like, are they really coming out?
Trying to troll us, but we're not trolling. That's for sure.
Well, it happens all the time. Sometimes you'll hear, a company is coming out, and there'll be like a fake website or a fake something or a fake YouTube video or a fake rumor or something. We're so happy that this is not a troll. This is not a fake rumor. We're excited to see your product come out, and we can't wait to get our hands on it. So we're super excited.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I turn mine on just about every day. This is probably the first day in a while I haven't turned it on yet because I've been doing this all day with the Techfluence thing. But yeah, no, it's a lot of people are really excited just about the joystick itself. You mentioned it, so the classic joystick reborn, right? So way more comfortable in your hand, way more ergonomic. We've added a B trigger, so you've got the red button on top, B trigger. It has rumble. Let me turn it on for a second. You'll see. Hopefully, you can see that it lights up. So LEDs. So replacing that painted orange around the, but also got a back button and a menu button. Coolest thing of all is, if you remember the old Ataris, you had the joystick and you had the paddles. This has the paddle in the stick. So you've got both functionality. And actually, it's funny because a lot of these new indie devs, you never know what someone's going to do with a tool until you put it in their hands. But, some of these indie devs are saying, wait, you mean I can move around and I can spin at the same time? That's cool. And they're making their spaceships, do things that, this more modern controller with all its inputs could never do. So it's a lot of fun. We've been, really, enjoying seeing what people are creating and what, and enjoying the excitement that they're having about it. I mean, our Instagrams and Facebooks are just lit up with people with their own unboxing images and videos. And this is just the beginning. We're looking to really build out the platform, build out the functionality, keep adding partners, keep adding content. Should be a lot of fun. But like I said, it is, very much a modern device. There's no physical media. It's all digital.
That's awesome. So I did go on the Techfluence home screen. I went through your guys' booth and I filled up a request to get one of those. I love gaming, and it just makes me so happy to see Atari is coming up with that. Be
here if I didn't love it too. I mean, obviously,
for sure.
Me and my whole team, we're all here because we want to be part of bringing this thing back. So
yeah, we have to have you on one of our podcast episodes.
We'd love that.
It'll be awesome. I do have on the private chat here, you'll see it says to contact us. That's the email, rojasentertainment@gmail.com. Will be great to stay in touch and schedule a podcast interview.
I'm just seeing private chat with blank, but
oh, you know what? I probably have to post it up again here.
And we have a PR team. I don't know if you're familiar with the guys at Uber Strategist, but if you write to Atari, I'll type it in. Atari at Uber Strategist. Make sure I spell it right. Uberstrategist.com. Yeah, I mean, right now we're in sort of this beta mode, so we're technically not putting out what we call review machines, but we do have machines, and we are talking with a number of different channels about sort of doing early previews and things like that. So obviously we don't want someone to review something that is not ready to be reviewed from a software point. The hardware is done. I mean, you can see it here. It's baked, but so I mean, we just need to. I need to get that all done. But yeah, okay, so Rojas on Entertainment, I see that. Okay, we'll get that. But yeah, I mean, one way or another, yeah, by all means. And then I think Techfluence gives out the whole list anyway, so everybody should be able to get to everybody. But we'd love to spend more time with you guys. Really dig your channel and what you guys are doing, and obviously, always good to have Atari fans and gaming fans interested in what we're doing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, very excited to have that conversation with you. And thank you for stopping by. Really do appreciate you. Hopefully we could have many more conversations. So thank you.
Love that. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care, man.
Yep.